Good morning, this is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com. Welcome to my pre-market game plan for the major future indices, gold and oil for today, Tuesday. It is March 28th. It is 8:08 a.m. Eastern Time. So what we have on the charts right now, we're going to start with the E-mini Dow Industrial Average Futures. And yesterday we did have a low that was set right at the beginning of the trading session, at the beginning of the New York session, 20,356. However, the trend reversed dramatically, and the first level of resistance, 450, was breached. Secondary level of resistance of 470 was breached, and we had a pretty strong uptrend develop into the power trend develop into the resistance area of 20,530 area. We touched upon this area. You could see here that on the left-hand side of the chart, we have an area of support. We have stabilized at this point, established resistance a little further at 540, and then pull back into this area. We're testing this area of support right here, 20,470. Secondary area of support is 20,450, and then the next area of support is going to be our battleground again, 20,400. So the way we look on the daily chart, we were looking bearish. We were looking bearish yesterday as well, but we did have the unexpected rally to the upside through the morning session that pretty much concluded in the overnight trading session. So we're hitting here this area of resistance, and this is going to be the do or die zone for this E-mini. So if we are going to break above 20,540, we can see a reversal in the trend. However, if we don't see a pop above 20,540, that would bring the daily buy back to the table. We're going to look bearish again. And so far, we're getting a pullback. We're getting strong momentum to the downside. You can see that for the last 6 hours or so, we're having consecutive red bars into an area of support. If we hold this area, so careful here, because this is going to be a double bias type of day. Because if we should break above the 20,480 area, we may go long. But if we break below 450, we're definitely going to look again to short. So however, the bias for the daily chart, it's still lower. It was lower yesterday, and it was lower today. So we're going to see how this is going to shape up throughout the day today. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ was one of the strongest indices yesterday, and once popped over 5340 area, it launched higher back into this area of resistance, 5390 area. 5386 was the breakdown area, coming into a 5380, and right now finding support into these prior highs to the left hand side. So if these highs are going to find support around this area, and keep in mind the cushion area is rather large, because you're going to have to look at a 10-point range here for this area to hold. So at this point, we are into a cluster of support to the left hand side all the way into the 60 and even into the 50 area. So this is really a big area right here to observe as a pullback. This is the reason why, if we're going to get a pullback here with an hourly buy, we might get faked out of the trade again, and then we might be testing the 61 level, the 54 level, the 50 level, and so on. So it's going to be a very tough tradable void area in this location. Also, we can see the price that has reached the 200. There was some selling pressure that came in at the 200 moving average. We have the price that crossed below the 20. So we do have a lot of elements that point to a lower start into the New York session. However, keep in mind, look at this cluster to the left. This is going to be very tough to see what's going to be happening at the open, because the range is so wide. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 index resembles a mini Dow. It's not as strong as YM is, and actually YM is not as big down as the rest of them. And we can say that we're not really that much down because the Dow is only down 23 points, the S&P only 2 points, 3 points right now, and NASDAQ is only down 5 points for the trading session. So what we can see in the S&P 500 is that we are running into an area of support. This area is going to be the do or die, so it's going to be a very tough area. Extreme caution. Today, I will exercise extreme caution. Perhaps, let's see how everything's going to be handled. But a buy off the 2333 area would be possible. However, on a relative weakness coming into this area could be breached to the downside. So double take on the S&P 500 as well. In this area, in this area of support, we will look for longs and shorts at the same time. For the short positions, we will look for follow through into the 20 area, and for long positions, we will look for follow through into the 45 area. Last but not least, let's take a look at oil and gold. So oil is trying to reverse. And I think the real test is going to be over $48.50. This is the area that we're going to look for a possible long. It is looking really well on the daily chart. It is consolidating here, $47 and $48.50 for resistance. So it might look for a break to the upside into the $49.50 and the 50 area. So with that being said, so far we had a grinding to the upside into this resistance area. We're still not yet out of the woods because we need to break the 48.50 area, come back, test for price to continue higher. Targets, like I've mentioned, we will be looking for $48.80, $49, and $49.50. I think that it started the day very strong, and I think this grind to the upside is trying to hold this hefty support area of $47, which is laying on a 61.8% fib level on the daily chart. Let's take a look at GC, and this is gold that is advancing, has stabilized, and has formed support at 1251. 1253 is the resistance area, once again creating a lot of support for price action right into this pivot at 53. The price is advancing. We have an ultimate target of 1261. That is yesterday's high. Keep in mind that we pretty much have a double top formation onto the daily chart into the 200 moving average, and this is going to be a little tough. The fact that the price is residing in this upper area, it tells us that it might be ready to break above these highs and continue higher into the 1280 and 1300. These are going to be the overall targets. For those of you that are trading larger time frames, these are the moves that you should be expecting. All the way into 1310, 1320, these are your target areas. Going back to the hourly chart for a potential trade throughout the trading session today, obviously we have 3 strong bars to the upside. We have been rallying for about 3 hours, and we have reached this resistance cluster. So it's going to be very difficult from 1256 all the way into the 1260. So for about 4 to 5 point here where the price may advance, or it may curl around and revisit a prior support area. This is all for today. I hope you all have a very profitable trading day, and stay tuned for more trading ideas throughout the day today.